for joining today's session. For the people who don't know me, I'm Rawan Shamiye, the field coordinator for the Farmer to Farmer Food Safety and Quality Program implemented in Lebanon. We are very happy today to be talking about lean manufacturing in collaboration with Sparkle Solution represented by Mr. Dany Elias. So please, I just want to ask everyone first to mute themselves for the sake of the voice. And we will start with a small introduction about our program by the country director, Mr. Sharbel Abu Haidar.
Thank you, Rawan. Thank you, everyone. I'll share my screen. Can you all see my screen? Can you see my?
Yes, yes, we can.
Yes. Thank you, everyone, for joining this online session. Of course, we would have loved to see you all in person and deliver this session in person. But unfortunately, due to the situation that our country is passing through with the coronavirus, we are obliged to go through online training. In this few minutes, I would like to just give you a brief about our program, the Farmer to Farmer and Land O'Lakes Venture 37. So in this brief presentation, I will talk about Land O'Lakes Inc., which is the corporate that started in the United States, and our NGO Land O'Lakes Venture 37. Land O'Lakes Inc. started as a dairy cooperative for dairy farmers that cooperate together and formed a cooperative. It is still, until today, it is still farmer-owned, and we are one of the largest cooperatives in the United States. What we do is we work in crop inputs, work in seeds, in animal nutrition, in horticulture, and several things related to this value chain. Land O'Lakes, if you go to Google and you Google Land O'Lakes, the first thing you would see is the butter, because we are all famous about our dairy products. This is how we started in the US with the Land O'Lakes butter. But in addition to the butter company, we have initiated several other companies. One of them is Winfield Solution, which deals with horticulture projects, dealing with agricultural products, seeds, pesticides, and all of that. Purina, which work in animal nutrition, and for the one who has pets in Lebanon, I'm sure you might have seen this brand in our supermarkets here. Though Purina is a joint ownership between Land O'Lakes and Nestle, and Lebanon Purina is Nestle owned for dogs and cats, while Land O'Lakes works more into dairy, cattle, and all of that. Unfortunately, it's not present in Lebanon yet. And the last company that we have formed is Land O'Lakes TrueTerra, which deals with environmental projects and environmental sustainability solutions. In addition to these companies, Land O'Lakes Venture 37 has been formed. We are an NGO affiliated with Land O'Lakes Inc. And we just shared with you Land O'Lakes Inc.'s background to tell you how rich our background and in different fields that we are working with. For the one who is wondering why our name is Venture 37, 37 is the percentage of our Earth's land where the farmers grow their crops and where the farmers raise their animals to feed the world. So this is how our new name came, and since a year now, we are called Land O'Lakes Venture 37. Land O'Lakes Venture 37 works in different places, in different parts of the world, funded by several donors like USAID, USDA, Bill Gates and Melinda Foundations, and others. As you can see in this map, our current projects are in several parts, like in Egypt, Bangladesh, several parts of Africa, and Lebanon, of course, and our past projects also seen here. So I would like to speak about Land O'Lakes Venture 37 and Lebanon. In Lebanon, Land O'Lakes Venture 37 is currently implementing two projects, LINK program and the Farmer to Farmer Food Safety and Quality, which we are meeting today through this program. The Farmer to Farmer, it is implemented by Land O'Lakes since 2013 in Lebanon. And which we started first, I mean, actually the Farmer to Farmer is not new to our country. It started since 2008 with a different NGO, and the 2013 Land O'Lakes has won it for a 5-year round. And since 2018 to 2021, we have won another round in Lebanon to focus more on food safety and quality. This round of farm food safety and quality is implemented in addition to Lebanon, in Egypt, and in Bangladesh, and of course funded by USAID. So a little bit more on the farmer to farmer. As I said, it is funded by USAID. What we do, for the one who don't know us, is we implement short-term technical assignments through local and US volunteer experts that come to Lebanon and work with our host organization for a period of more or less 2 weeks to share their knowledge and their technical and give their technical assistance to support these host organization with whatever they need. The program for these 3 years in Lebanon is focused mainly on assignments related to food safety and quality. And some examples of our host organizations that we work with are mainly food facilities and processors, farmer cooperatives, foundations, NGOs, and universities, in addition to others. So our approach, generally, we work throughout the Global Markets Program, supporting food facilities in improving their food safety and quality practices to comply with the Global Markets Program international guidelines and standards. And we have a smaller part of our assistance that we deal with other assignments. And what we do is we identify those organizations that are in need for technical assistance, and we identify volunteers that respond to their exact need to come and work with them for the period that we just stated. So why food safety and quality is important to us is because it is now a consumer demand for safe and high quality food across the globe, not only in Lebanon. And also the international trade, if someone is looking to export, they are now depending more on global standards, and they are now being more picky in food safety standards and food quality standards. And because also it is vital from farmer to fork across all sectors and value chain. And additionally, in Lebanon, it is on our national agenda in the countries that we work, in addition to Lebanon, and fundamental to health and human productivity. Some history and numbers. As I said, farmer to farmer did not start this 2018 with the Untitled Index, has a long history with farmer to farmer, not only in Lebanon, but in also other parts of the world where this program is implemented. So we have sent the following figure until 2019, more than 1,400 volunteers to 27 countries. And we benefited from our Land O'Lakes Inc. Experts and employees that also supported our program throughout their vast experience and supported more than 450 host enterprise. For this round of farmer to farmer, we are looking forward to support around 50 host organizations in the 3 countries that I already explained by sending throughout around 213 volunteers, and we hope to impact around 350,000 persons. Finally, I would like to share with you some pictures of our assignment that we have implemented, dealing a little bit with some horticulture assignment, assisting growers in producing a higher quality product, because we all know if you want to work in quality product, it starts from the field to the processor. In addition to the field, we also worked with the pack houses on the post-harvest quality, because it also affects the quality, as we all know, with some processors in improving their food safety practices, and also some product development for the one who are interested in doing some new products to increase their market share and improve their productivity. So this is it. Thank you, everyone, for listening to me. And I would like to take the opportunity to thank Mr. Dany Elias, the managing partner at Sparker Solution, which volunteered his time today to deliver this online seminar that will be on lean manufacturing. We really thank you, Dany, for all your valuable time and expertise that you are providing us today. And we hope that you all have a great session. So thank you, everyone, and I wish you a great session. Thank you.
Thank you, Sharbel. Just before we start, I shared a file to the chat box for the people who already confirmed their attendance. If you send them the invitation, we already sent this file. But unfortunately, for the people who participated through the LinkedIn or Facebook invitation, we were unable to send it. So I will be sharing it, or I already shared it in the chat box because we will be using it further on during Dany's presentation. Also, one more thing, at the end of the session, we will be sharing a link for the evaluation form. Please, if you can take a couple of minutes to fill it, we really appreciate your feedback. And also, if you have any topics you would like to know more about and learn more about, we will be more than happy to give seminars or online sessions for such topics. So before we start, I will be asking you a question. Please, if you can answer this question, if you are familiar with lean concepts and tools. Okay, so you will be sharing the results for you, Dany, to see it. 38% said yes, 43% said no, and 19% they fairly know about the topic. Okay. So now we will start with Dany. Dany is passionate about efficiency manufacturing and lean since 2001. He has a master's degrees in industrial technology and an executive MBA. He managed different industrial setups in Lebanon for 17 years, including Amatouria 114, Cosmoline, Malia Group, and Al Wadi Al Akhdar. Due to his passion in lean, he followed 2 trainings on lean concepts and Kaizen in San Francisco in 2011. And then he also did a workshop in Toyota factory in Japan in 2017. Then he established Sparkle Solution, his company, in 2017, with the mission to spread the lean culture in the region and helping diversified companies in Lebanon to become more efficient. Also, he's a teacher of the Manufacturing Operation Management course and Lean course at USG Lebanon. So we would like to thank Dany today, as Sherbel said, for volunteering his time. Also, he was generous enough to give us a gift for one of the attendees today. This gift will be a Gamba walk for 3 hours in one of the industries that are participating with us today. So again, I would like to thank you, Dany, for your time, and you can start now. Thank you.
Thank you, Rawan, for the introduction. Thank you for all who joined us today. It's a pleasure to see, as I'm seeing the list of participants already, we have a lot of our friends and partners already who joined. So thank you for taking the time to join this brief session about lean manufacturing. And definitely, I should start at the beginning to thank Land O'Lakes Team Venture 37 here, Mr. Sherbel and Mrs. Rawan. It's always a pleasure, and I thank you mostly because you're giving us the time to share our passion for lean in Lebanon, because for us, lean is not a job. It's more a mission. It's something that we do on a daily basis. So thank you once again for giving us this pleasure. You know, while Mr. Sherbil now was talking about the program Farmer to Farmer and food safety and quality, you know, it gave me an idea. Maybe some of you will be asking, okay, we know about lean, it's more about manufacturing, it's more about efficiency, it's about cost, why it is within a program related to quality. So just to answer those who had this in mind, this question in mind before starting the session, let us say that for us as lean practitioners, let's say, quality is built in our production, in everything, single process we do. If it's not built in, we'll not be able to be efficient and we will not be able to deliver quality. So it's about delivering the best quality always with the less cost, let's say, possible. So this is the umbrella of our workshop for today. So thank you, Sherbil, for giving me this hint when you started talking. As I said, today we have a very short session. It's about 1 hour from now, or let's say 55 minutes. As I've seen from the poll that it's good. We have 38% that they are familiar with lean. This is very good. But we're more excited about the 43% who said no. So because this is why we are here. It's about to introduce these, let's say, the lean mentality and the lean concepts to your lean thinking, let's say, to the people in Lebanon. You know, when we started Sparkles 3 years ago, our focus was to introduce and to share this lean thinking, but in a very specific and a very special way, which is, we always say that we talk Lebanese lean. So this is a very special way of doing it because we know how Lebanese think, especially in our industries and workshops and companies. So we have adapted, as Rawan said, that my experience was 17 years in managing facilities in Lebanon mainly. So this gave me this perspective about how lean operators and managers and business owners think about a process and what they are willing to implement in their industries. Because I hear this sometimes. Lean is about, it's something Japanese. We're very far from Lebanese Japanese mentality. It's not for us. We'll never be like them. So that's why we adjusted our speech always to talk Lebanese lean. We have chosen, as you know, or as you might know, lean is a very big word. It's like doing a surgeon education. You know, you have to go the 7 years of university and then the specialty, and you know this. So it's a very big word. But for us and our experience here by working with NGOs, several industries, from small workshops to very big industries, we have adapted and learned about what is giving added value for businesses. And this is what we'll be talking today about. So expect, please, today to finish with this introduction. Don't expect a lot of preaching because we're not good at that. I'm telling you from now. We don't like to preach. We are people who love to work on the ground and to deliver value. Once we deliver value, we can sleep better every day. So this is how we see it. This is how we see the business, and this is how we see lean. We have coached for the last 3 years more than 400 professionals here in Lebanon from different setups, and we're proud of this alumni, and some of them are joined us today. Why we are doing this in Lebanon for the last 3 years? Simply put, it's because we believe that lean is our way out of this situation, and we need it in Lebanon because being competitive is no more like a luxury. We have to do it. This is the only way to do it, to be able to sustain our companies in these difficult times. Okay, so to start sharing to share our screen about the presentation. Okay, so that's why, as I said, we're only obsessed with giving practical approach to people. We're just obsessed with delivering value. That's why we said we chose this title as the practical approach to lean in Lebanon. So please keep in mind, definitely we're not here in 1 hour to give a to educate or build lean experts. It's just give a hint on how we are working in Lebanon and to see if you can do the same or even more. So I know that a lot of you are here to joined us today to know how we implemented through this through a project in the Bekaa with the fruits packing units for cherries and grapes last year, how we achieved with one workshop, so like a total savings of $12,000 per year by improving their productivity. And we have chosen this example because it's a small one. So it's a small one where a small improvement can give them a lot of added value. And we will get back to this example. You are more here listening to us today and taking the time of 1 hour to listen to us is also to hear our experience here in Lebanon with like a big chicken factory here in Lebanon, fresh chicken, how they did how they applied the one-piece flow with our principles and how they eliminated the 7 waste in their process to achieve this high improvement level. We'll get back to this in the middle of this presentation, so stay tuned. As Rawan said about the Gamba walk, about like say the gift that we're sharing is that because you are part of our mission of sharing the lean culture, we are very happy to share with you this gift about a free Gamba walk inside your factories or workshops or whatever industries. During this Gamba walk, I will explain it in 1 minute, less than 1 minute. Gamba in lean is about the place where the added value is created. So and this is how we start our work here in the companies, is that I go with my team to go a quick visit inside your workshops or factories. And after we finish this, usually we develop like the main ideas or the main gaps, opportunities for improvement to work or where we can implement it. So at the end of this session, I will keep to Mr. Sherbil and Mrs. Rawan to choose one of the participants who are interested to benefit from this Gamba walk for free, of course. And it will be our pleasure.
Sorry, Dany, just to add one thing, please, for the people who are interested in having this Gamba walk, I will be adding my email. Please, if you can send me an email, tell me that you are interested so we can have the names and pick one of the participants. Thank you.
Okay, great, Rawan. Thank you. So today in our agenda, we'll go through a quick introduction. Please bear with me. We're talking about lean and we have 43% who are not familiar with lean. So I will have to go in number 2, give a small definition about lean and the roots of lean, where it came from. We'll go quickly into the benefits of applying lean in a company from our experience, but we will have fun in trying a one-piece flow. So it's like a simulation. So for those, as Rawan said, for those who didn't prepare it, yes, I would love to, so that you prepare 10 envelopes, this shape of envelopes. If you can prepare while I'm talking, you have the luxury to move while I'm talking. So please feel free to do it. So prepare 10 envelopes of this if you have, and prepare also 20 papers of A4. 10 is good, but if you have 20, it will be good. And if you have a stamp, it will be perfect. If you don't, no problem. You can still have any pencil or pen. It's good. So please feel free to prepare it until we reach this part. In number 5, this is the most important part today, is where we'll go back through the results of how we got the first 2 examples improvements and how we did it. And the last part is the lean practical roadmap, how we are applying it in Lebanon, how we see, we believe that it works in Lebanon. Okay. So at the same time, please, if you have anything, I would like to interact with you also during the session. So please, if you have anything, just put it in the chat. I would try to answer it whenever possible. Okay. So please, if you have anything, please mention it. Okay. So, you know, in every company or even in a country, when the profit goes up, so everyone is celebrating, everything is fine. And this happened when we visited, let's say, companies 3 years ago when we started Sparkers. If they were wealthy company, what we got by then is that, no, we're wealthy companies. These are the statements that we have heard. We're wealthy companies. We don't need lean. We don't need to optimize. We're fine. We're doing great. Unfortunately, this was the situation 3 years ago. Now, whenever the profit goes down, this is where the problems start. This is where the, you know this. You don't need me to lecture about it. You know the situation in Lebanon. We see this a lot, especially these days, unfortunately. So what companies do in Lebanon when the profit goes down, you're all familiar with this. This is the first decision that we do. Firing people, laying off people. We totally understand this because of the impact, its impact on the payroll impact on the financials of the company. We understand it, but this is unfortunately the easiest that some companies are doing currently. It's tough, but it's the first. Other companies, when they lose profit, they start, and believe me, we're experts in Lebanon in this. I don't know why. Maybe this is because I don't know, but maybe we see it a lot, but we like to find excuses. No, it's not us, it's the country, it's the economy. It's even though it might be right, but usually we focus a lot on this excuse instead of working on our internal thing, to work on ourselves. We try to find excuses for the problem. You know this famous example of Apple in Lebanon. So we all the farmers want to have apples. At the end of the season, they are not able to liquidate their stocks. At the end of the day, we find excuses and we say it's the government's fault. And we sit and we block the roads with our apples and we say, right? You're very familiar with this, I know. So we understand the excuses, but we focus a lot in Lebanon on them instead of pushing forward and working forward. Other companies work, and this is also very now current in Lebanon. We introduced, reduced the level of our quality by choosing different grades of raw materials. We changed something in our packages, everything. So we reduce our quality. Some other companies, if they are losing, they try to increase their prices. I know that I should skip this very fast because it gives bad times now. So let's pass, but some they increase prices because they think it's the easiest one, maybe. I know it's very tough. The situation is tough. I understand why the companies would do something like this, but trust me, only very few will have the courage to review their internal processes to reduce their costs. It's not only about courage, if I might say, it's about also not knowing. It's because they don't know that there's another way of doing things. And that's why we are here, and that's why we are working a lot in Lebanon currently on such projects. You know why? You know that our #1 project title now in Lebanon, what is it for now? We all receive every day, I'm not exaggerating if we say at least one call per day for the same topic. We were not shipping to, we were only focusing on the local market. Now, due to the situation, we need fresh dollars. We need to export to survive so that we have fresh dollars. And since now we're starting to shipping, we're stuck with our high costs, and we discovered that we are not competitive to ship to other markets. That's why, please, we need you to help us in our, other than the quality part and the food safety and the regulations, labor regulations and all that, we need you to support us in reducing our costs so that we can be competitive. So trust me, this is the daily topic every day these days. So lean thinking is it's a good start. It's a solution in Lebanon because, you know, as Albert Einstein said before, insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. We don't want to go into the Lebanese politics, never, but think about it. We're doing always the same. We have apples. We grow apples, we don't sell apples, and we protest, we block the roads, and then the next year we're going back to apples. Some, I'm saying just some, of course, not everyone, but this is very common in Lebanon. So we have not to be insane anymore. So why everyone is talking about lean in Lebanon, and why we're now giving this lecture in Lebanon with Land O'Lakes team? Is here to answer this question, I have to go back to the roots of lean, a quick definition and introduction. It started with Toyota. The work started in 1950s with Mr. Ono, but it's not until 20 years later that the Toyota production system start appearing in the world. But you know why Toyota started in 1950s? In 1950s, you know, after World War II, Japan and Toyota, or all the companies, they had a difficult economical situation. They were going out of a World War II with a lot of, you know, the Hiroshima, Nagasaki thing. And so they had a very difficult situation. They lacked a lot of resources. They had the only option, you know, it's either you are competitive or you die. So, so this is what the only option that they have, and they had to depend on themselves because, and this is part of the Japanese behavior or culture, let's say, being proud of their economy and their way of doing things. So this is the situation that pushed Toyota to start working on in a different way, or to start searching for a different way of doing things to be able to be competitive. And this is how they conquered this type of industry in the world. And talking about all these conditions that pushed Toyota to develop the lean in the world, don't you think that in Lebanon, we have now typically the same conditions? We still lack the Japanese culture or way of doing things, but believe me, there's a lot in Lebanon already that who invested already, and we're very proud of these companies that they are doing. We have people applying small lean trainings and tools and concepts, let's say, but we have at the same time big companies, huge companies applying a lean transformation over 1 year. It's a 1-year project about applying the lean, a full transformation project. So yes, there's a lot of companies in Lebanon applying lean. So and we should start. We should all start. So what is lean? Lean, quickly put, it's about doing more with less. As I said at the beginning, I'm not concerned about giving a lecture. You can find a lot about lean and read a lot on Google. You're not here for this. You're here to listen to the practical point, part of this presentation. So it's about doing more with less time, inventory, space, money, people, and all this. But what is very important, yes, it's about speed. We should do it very fast to be efficient and productive. But what is very important is do it right first time. And here, believe me, there's a lot in Lebanon, in our companies, and even in our daily life, we have a lot of this. We don't do it right first time. There's always something blocking the process. we stop it, we put it aside, keep it for tomorrow. Tomorrow will continue. There's a problem in the quality, we'll solve it tomorrow. Now do another process because we're in a hurry, we have to deliver and all this. So it's about doing it right first time, and most importantly, eliminating the various forms of waste from the process. Why it is in bold? Because if you don't succeed in Lebanon to understand, to see the 7 types of waste in your processes as defined by the lean concepts, you will not be able to move forward. We have all to start there. And then we can build and more tools and principles. This is not my picture, of course. So it shows this one. We love money. It's fair enough, I think. We all do for our companies, right? Okay, so this is the cost reduction principle. So the difference between traditional thinking and the lean thinking, it's that in the traditional thinking, if we have to increase the profit of the company, if this is our cost, we increase our selling price. And the lean thinking, simply put, it's about working on our internal cost to reduce it. But while doing this, we are focusing also on the quality, and don't forget this aspect because it is very important. Before talking about the 7 ways, let me define, please, one word, which is value, because it's very important and you will hear it from me a lot of times. What is value? Value, it's a set of activities that the company does and for which the customer is only willing to pay, okay? So if you see this picture, imagine that this is your workshop, your big workshop, or your industry, and you are a customer, okay? If you open the top, if you are a giant, like it's a caricature now. So if you are a big client standing next to this building, and you open the top of the building and you start looking down, seeing people working inside your factory, inside this factory, and you will start saying as a customer, why this person is moving this product from here to here? Why the secretary is sending this email? Why this and this? Am I willing to pay for them for this? Because eventually the customer pays for all our activities, right? So it's the final customer who pays. So this is the value. Non-added value activities as defined in lean, this is the waste. It's something that adds cost to the product, but without adding value to the customer. He's not willing to pay for it. There are 7 categories of waste. We have delivered a lot of webinars before about the waste, and we're always happy to share our any webinar or any document with you, of course, for free. Don't worry about that. So that you can know more about what are these waste. But quickly, we have the overproduction, when we produce more than the customer needs. We have the transportation. And in all our projects in Lebanon, we have more than 60% of the wastes coming from transportation and motion. We have a lot of inventory waste in Lebanon, inventory of tools, equipments, products, packaging materials, and all that. We have a lot of waiting, a lot of people waiting the process to start, or the extra processing steps. If we, in Arabic, we would say, al-rashit al-bhar wal-milh. So it's the additional point that we like to, additional activities that we add to the product, even if the customer doesn't want it, and we have the defects. So in a lean manufacturing, we have to focus on reducing these wastes, these 7 types of waste in the process. Before we finish this introduction, I would like you to keep in mind that lean is a whole world and a science. It's about efficiency, yes. It's about a cultural change, yes. But now we are very ready in Lebanon to do this change. We are very ready for this step. Lean is about the 5 basic principles, yes. It's about one-piece flow. It's about, I'm sharing only here some of the tools that you might have heard about, but I'm not focusing on them. It's about, you have heard about the 5S, the visual management, value stream mapping, Pokayoke, work standardization, OEE, but most of all, lean is about people and people. So it's about, and it's very important here, to focus on this section. It's about understanding the value of the customer and delivering it exactly as requested. But most of all, it's about Gemba walks, a lot of working inside the factory, doing tours inside the factories. It's about brainstorming, it's about trials, it's about Kaizen, it's about all these tools. What are the benefits? Simply put, here we are achieving this in Lebanon. It's about reducing process lead time. We have to be faster. We become faster. We liberate more cash. We increase overall efficiency. We improve quality, and we become more flexible. And this is very important in these days in Lebanon. A lean company is a very flexible company that can move from one product, from one process to another quickly without adding a lot of fixed costs on its process. And definitely it's about real customer satisfaction. And I'm talking real customer satisfaction, because we have a lot here. We see in Lebanon companies who have these big signs, the customer is king. But when you have a small problem with them, you will get the hell of statements or zero support, right? Some of them, unfortunately. Okay. So, okay, let's get started into some more, let's say, enthusiastic work. If you're ready for the simulation, please get ready. After this slide, we'll do it. I have now two pictures to explain what we're talking about, the one-piece flow, batch and queue, because as I said, in Lebanon, in our experience, we have achieved a lot and a lot. We have a lot of examples of improvements coming from focusing on the one-piece flow, and mainly with, not only with workshops, small workshops, 5 to 6 operators, but also with big industries and a lot of people, more than 200 employees. So batch and queue is the process, is the way of processing when you do anything. It can be a manufacturing, or it can be also a like at home. If you're preparing a salad, and this is what happens with me, don't think I'm an OCD, right? At least not yet. So while preparing a salad, you can do it in a batch and queue or a one-piece flow process. Batch and queue, it's when you, in the station A, you prepare the first step of the process. When you finish it all, you move it, you put it aside in the work in process. And station B is the second step of your process. It's where another operator, at his rate, speed, he takes these work in process and does the second operation, all of them. And when he finished them, he passed them to inventory, so to work in process again. And this is where the third operator, as C, starts his mission of doing the last job. So this is the batch and queue. So if you have to think of the one-piece flow, what is it? Simply, you can see it like this. It's like moving one piece ahead, one piece after one piece, from one step to another. You might say, no, I cannot, it's not for me. Believe me, it is for every one of you, and you need it. We see it every day. When we go to the banks, we talk about one-piece flow. When we go to hospitals, we did projects with hospitals, well, medical labs, with farmers. Trust me, we applied one-piece flow by harvesting grapes in the fields under the sun. So we can do it every day. And we have a lot of examples. So if you need more details, as I said, please feel free to ask me about it. I'll be happy to share it with you. Don't worry. Okay. So guys, if you're ready, we'll go to the envelope simulation. Okay, guys. So what we will do now, before starting, can you share please with me on the chat room? Can you share with me please if you're ready, or if you will be, who will be doing the simulation with us? Can I know, please tell me if you can, in the chat room, please. Can you say in? Okay, man. Lena, hi Lena. Okay. Okay, perfect. Carol, Tamara, Mira. Okay, we have a lot of ends. Perfect. What we will do, guys, I will explain it once again. So you have, don't forget your stopwatch. What we will do now is that when I tell you start, please let your stopwatch, have your stopwatch ready with you. And when I say go, you will do exactly as it's written in this, you see here simulation number 1, batch and queue method. So what you will have to do is that, okay, I will explain it. Okay. I'm getting a lot of in. Perfect. We have a very dynamic team today. I'm happy for this. Okay, so let me explain it very quickly for those who don't like to read. So what you will have to do is you take 10 papers, 10 A4 papers. What you will have to do, practice one paper. You will have to fold it 3 times. You choose the way that is the best for you. I don't mind. I need only quality. This is a process. We're simulating a process. It's like doing kibbe. You know, it's in the first slide. So it's the same. We did this also for arc-en-ciel, for cherry. It's a different story. Anyway, so the first step, you have to fold 10 papers, but choose, please, the same way of folding it. It's a very good, let it be folded in a good quality, okay? We need customer satisfaction at the end. So you fold 10. Do exactly, please, as I'm asking you to do. So don't, let's say, create new ways, okay? At least not now. So as first step, so please do it. Practice one paper now. And when we tell you go, you will start your stopwatch and you will fold. First of all, you do the first paper, you fold it, you put it aside. You take another paper, you fold it, and you put it aside. And until you finish 10 envelopes, please focus on this. We fold every paper, we put it aside. We fold the second and put it aside. When you finish this, you will take the first paper, you will stuff it inside, you put it inside your envelope. Again, focus on quality, guys. This is a process. This is not an envelope. This is a Lebanese product, maybe. This is a tray of fruits. This is anything in your process. So you put it inside your envelope, the first one, and you put it aside. You take the second paper, you put it in the envelope until you finish the 10. Once you finish the 10, you will take again the 10, one envelope, you stamp it on the back side. But if you don't have a stamp, simulate like you are signing it here, okay? You sign the 10 paper envelopes and you put it aside. Is it clear as a process, or I have over-explained? Is it clear? Are you ready to start? Because definitely we're running short of time. You're ready to start? In the chat, again in the chat. You're ready? Ready. Okay, perfect. Okay, Ala, Rebecca, thank you, ready? Good, fine. We'll not waste our time, we will start. So I will count until 3, and afterwards, when you finish, don't forget, please, when you finish the 10 envelopes at the end, you have to stop your stopwatch, okay? Clear? Yeah. Again, 1, 2, 3, start. Don't forget, you fold one paper, you put it aside. You fold the second, you put it aside. I'm repeating it because I know I can see you through my screen. You might be cheating, so so that's why. Focus one after one, please. And the first one who finishes, please share with me on the chat. Share with me the time, your time on the stopwatch. We will take the first 2 or 3 numbers so that we don't delay the others, okay? In all cases, we have shared this, this simulation sheet with you so that you can, if you don't have the time or the tools now to do it, so that you can practice it in the evening maybe or later on. And you will know better what we are talking about and what is its importance. What's its importance? So we're waiting for the first 1 or 2 numbers when you finish delivering. When you finish delivering the 10 stamped or signed envelopes at the end, yes? You know why we do this for the others now listening. We do the simulation to just to show all our friends in Lebanon that if a process, a simple, basic process like this one, by stuffing papers inside envelopes, it can be a process. If we can apply a tool, a lean tool, to make it better quality and a lower cost, if we can apply it on this small process, so definitely we can apply it everywhere. You know, every day in the morning, when I go to visit our partners or friends, you know, just by checking the Google Maps, it's a lean activity, you know. It's true that lean is a very big word, but it can be simple. If you simplify it, you can be simple. So checking on Google Map with which road is blocked and moving to another one to arrive faster. This is a very basic lean activity, huh? It's about being efficient. So anyone finished yet? Anyone? Any number? Okay, Ala. Perfect. Okay, Rebecca. So we have 2:35 minutes and we have 2 minutes, 50 seconds. So these are the first 2 numbers. Please, the others, I will give you 5 seconds or 10 seconds yet, if you can. Ala, Rebecca, meanwhile, prepare other 10 papers. If you don't have another 10 papers, remove what you have from your envelopes now, and you will have to redo it in a different way now. Okay, so prepare 10 other papers, please, and empty your envelopes. Okay, and we have 3 minutes 25. Perfect. What will happen now is that so what happened now in this simulation, what is important for every process is to know or to manage the total time to finish a process, right? These 10 envelopes that you delivered now, Ala, Rebecca, and all the others, these are not envelopes. These are pallets. These are boxes of products. These are crates of apples or fruits or anything. So this is your finished product. This is what you are selling your customer. This is where when you deliver, you will issue an invoice. So this is what moves your cash flow at the same time, right? So I want you to see these finished products as pallets or boxes or this. What happened now in this simulation, it took you 3 minutes or 2 minutes 35, 2 minutes 50. It depends on the potential or the ability of every person. It's very normal and when it comes to operate human factors. So it took you around, let's say, 3 minutes to finish these 10 envelopes. But in this process, it took you 3 minutes to deliver all together. You are not able to deliver one before, okay? So this is what is typical batch and queue. So you fold the papers, you put them aside. You put them in envelopes, you put them aside, you stamp them. This is the batch and queue. This is typical batch and queue. If you're still not relating to your process, continue with us. You will see it now in the examples also from the industry. So this is the typical batch and queue. For all those who practiced with us, so we'll do now the second run. So what is one-piece flow? It's very fundamental of becoming lean. It's moving one piece, as I said, at a time, and it's definitely the opposite of the batch and queue. So again, ladies and gentlemen, we will go again to the second part of our simulation. Now we will have to do again the same, please. So choose 10 papers, 10 new papers. You can use the same envelopes. Now what will happen for all those who are practicing, again, you will fold the papers at the same way like before, but while you're carrying it in your hand, you will put it inside the envelope. You will put it inside your envelope, you close it, you stamp it, and you put it aside. I need, please, a favor, please, from you, more than, it's an additional one to the first step, is that once you finish the first, don't forget your stopwatch. You look at the stopwatch and write it down. It took you like 10 seconds to finish it or 15. I will tell you later on why we need it. Okay, so it's the same, but now you will take one paper, put it in the envelope, stamp it, put it aside. You register the time it took you to deliver the first one. And then when you finish the 10th envelope, again, you will document the number and you share your numbers with us. Again, I ask you, please, in the chat room, are you ready? Rebecca, Ala, Natalie, maintenance, I don't know exactly who's maintenance. So our good friends in maintenance. So ready, Carol also is ready, perfect. Okay, so we're on. So 1, 2, 3, please go. So we're waiting for you. So wow, we have 6 seconds. Wow, you're a turbo machine. They are lucky to have you. So okay. So, and this is not Ala. Okay, girl then. So we have 6 seconds. We have 19 seconds. Perfect. This is the first one. Yes, Rawan. Okay, we'll wait for the first number then that we will get to finish the 10 envelopes, okay?
So in the meantime, for the people that are not participating, please, if you can privately send me your contact information, since we will be sending you a handout after we finish this session. Thank you.
We will wait like, let's say 5. Okay. Okay. We have, it feels like we're watching the Lotto or something like this. We have a winner. We have a winner. We have 212. Okay, maintenance. We were at 3 minutes. like 25 seconds, right? And now you move to a total of 212. Wow, that's impressive. The company is lucky to have you. Okay, I can see all your numbers. Wow, I'm impressed. Okay, let me to move forward. It's thank you for taking the time for doing the simulation. But for the others who didn't run it, let me share some of our previous experiences with the teams who did this. And it's in a way or another similar to the numbers that we got today. So in the batch and queue, the lead time to deliver the first envelope, we needed to finish the 10 envelope, like it was 3 minutes, 5 seconds. So and this is, it's the same lead time to deliver the 10 envelopes. But when you move to one-piece flow, what happens is that you can deliver the first product, the first pallet, the first container in 14 seconds. When you deliver this first envelope, it's like it is about invoicing your first product. So it's faster. You deliver to the customer if he accepts, of course, faster. You don't have a lot of goods inside your stock. So it's a very big difference in the lead time. It's a big improvement in lead time to deliver, especially in these days in Lebanon with the dollar's fluctuation. Maybe when you start, if you have an order for a customer, if you started today, after 3 days, it will have a different cost. So you have the interest of processing it the faster and to deliver it in small portions with very controlled cost, right? So in one-piece flow also, the total lead time to deliver the 10 envelopes, believe it or not, and it happened with 3, 4, 5 of you who did it today. I didn't have one example that is the opposite. So you have, in our experience in Lebanon, you have like between 20 to 30% improvement in delivering the process, finishing the process. Do you think that in Lebanon we can afford, by working in our own, the way that we know, which is 80% batch and queue, that we can afford in these days in Lebanon to lose these 28%? We need the 1% these days improvement in the total lead time and the optimization of in our processes, right? That's why we are here. That's why we are focusing on lean manufacturing, and that's why we are now with you. So now to go practically, we have in fact like we'll take maximum 20 minutes since 12 minutes to finish this session. So bear please with us. We'll go a little bit faster than expected. What is these are the practical examples. What we are doing, these are very small examples. How we are working, how we are implementing it in small workshops and in industries. First of all, we draw the layout. We work on training the people on how to see the 7 types of waste. If you don't see the waste, you cannot eliminate it. And this is the problem in Lebanon. People are not trained to see. Their eyes are not trained to see. We train them to see them so that we can reduce them. We analyze the process. We analyze it. We see how much we have of walking, transportation, and it is a very important tool. I will not bother you with these tools because these are the tools that we have in our package. Don't focus on tools because it's not about the tools. We identify the added value activities in the process. We optimize, we streamline the operation by thinking about the one-piece flow, and we measure, and we measure. And this is how we do it always, by getting data. Don't worry, we do it very simply. So we don't have to complicate. Don't think this is rocket science. No, it's a very practical and easy way. So for this, I'm sharing with you, this is an example from a fruit packing unit. This is for, it's a practical project from last year. This is a fruits packing. As you can see at the in the bottom here, this is a workshop that has 31 operators. For those who think that it doesn't apply for my team because they are maybe illiterate, I'm telling I chose this example on purpose because this is in the Bekaa area. This is a big workshop with 31 operators, but these are for those who know the word, as they say in Beka, these are warash. So these are people who are illiterate, just working with their kids. So, and we applied it there, believe it or not. So this is how we draw. This is the procedure. This is how we do it. And this is, if you're interested, this is what you will be doing. First of all, we draw the process. We put the transportation times here, 15 seconds, 8 seconds, all this. We put the flow of materials. So this is 1, 2, 3, packing, putting, wrapping, and all this. We do all this process so that we analyze it. And after analyzing and getting the data, we optimize this process for this same workshop. We moved from, remember, 31 to 25 operators. We changed the layout. We removed the 7 types of waste from it. It's a tough, yet very simple for us work to do. And we changed the layout. We moved to 25 operators with a very easy layout. And this is it. This is not magic. This is pure science and numbers. As I told you here, for this workshop, he achieved a total saving, and this is not a number that I am sharing. The owner shared this number with me after the session finished, or the season finished with them. So for every process, we need to monitor the packing capacity per hour, the packing capacity per operator. This is for productivity, and the cost, operator cost. You see here, the numbers are huge. I know. You might say it's not logical. As I said, this is real-time project data. We achieved 51%. Maybe yes. Maybe after we left, they dropped to 40. Maybe because we're not present. But definitely, they are not back to 0. So they are doing better. And in fact, they called us this year to rework with them on other topics, other projects, because we all need 1%. And we agree on this, I think, here in Lebanon these days. The other example is from the chicken. It's again within, as I said, I didn't share numbers from other type of industries like food, but like in this fresh chicken filling, when we arrived, this was the layout. These are the raw chicken. This is a scale where they pack the chicken. These are 2 operators. Here we have the wrappers, we have the labeling, and we have the weight label, and this is the finished product pallet. So the flow goes like this. So after analyzing and getting all the data by applying the same methodology that I shared with you, we streamlined the operations and we defined a new standard layout for the production. And like this, it was streamlined because keep in mind, production operation should be like a stream, a river stream. Whenever you start, it goes like a flow until it reaches the customer at the end. This is how we see it. And we keep this in mind always while we're designing a line, okay? So this is how we changed the layout with 1 person servicing the line, and this is the result. Again and again, these are product A. It means here like drumsticks or wings or okay. So these are also the data shared by the production team with us. But after applying the lean principles, eliminating the 7 waste, and doing all these tools and one-piece flow, these are the level of improvement that they achieved. And this was really impressive, and they are still applying it since some time now. Now, can we apply it? We have 6 minutes. So can we apply it for every type of companies, or is it only for industries? As I said, a lot of people, they say, no, it's not for us, it's not for me, it's for big industries. No, it's not true. And we are more happy, believe me, we're more happy to work with workshops and small companies, small processes, as we are happy working or helping, let's say. It's not about work, it's about sharing this passion and bringing value. So in the world, it's been applied everywhere. lean in construction, just to name few of them. So now in hospitals, and we have a lot of hospitals, by the way, in Lebanon applying lean, for those who are not aware of it. We have a lot in the lean in the warehouses. Lean IT is very trendy these days, and in education and everywhere. It's everywhere lean. What is our practical approach for the last 5 minutes? How we see applying lean. First of all, this is mainly for when it comes to lean transformation. I forgot to tell you that for the one-piece flow and the batch and queue, one of the biggest advantages of applying lean is applying one-piece flow is in the quality. You know why? Remember I said, do it right first time. If we are doing batching and queuing, you fold 10 papers, you put them aside. Think that once, because the norms are not well identified, and you fold the first paper like this, you finish the 10 papers in the batch and queue like this. When it comes to folding them, putting them inside the envelope, it will not go. So this is a defect. What will happen in this case, and yes, in Lebanon we have a lot, and a lot, don't ask me why, but we have it a lot. And it's a nightmare for me when we go inside these companies. So if you have this quality problem, you will have to rework 10 papers. In one-piece flow, this is the advantage and when it comes to quality. If you fold it not right, you put it and it doesn't go inside. You can rework only one paper, you adjust it, and you continue your process. And this is a very important aspect for quality and at the same time for efficiency and cost optimization, right? We tend in Lebanon to see production split from quality, or no. We are here, we're the school of, and we are working on it a lot in Lebanon. Quality is built in within the production team. And please, don't tell me our production team are not qualified. Because if they are not qualified, it's because you didn't train them. Sorry, it's blunt. I'm saying it like this. I know every operator can perform very well if he's very well trained, motivated, and coached and followed up by his manager. It's a very tough statement, I know, I'm sorry, but this is how things go. Okay, so going back to a roadmap, so involve people. People, guys. We work a lot and a lot with people. We train them, we coach them, because they are the drive. You know this, you don't need me to tell you this, but when we train them, you don't know how much they become an asset for our practical approach of lean in Lebanon. Spending time, a lot of time inside the Gemba. Stay inside. You cannot optimize, as I'm talking to managers, you cannot optimize while staying in your lab. You cannot optimize while staying in your production office or meeting room. You can optimize only by going inside. This is the only way to do it. And this is what we do. We have to really do a good evaluation of the pains, and we build the lean house accordingly with our tools. This is our lean transformation roadmap. As Rawan said, we will be sharing it with you with our handout. So this is this was developed by us with, for Lebanese companies according to our experience, what works in Lebanon. So feel free to consult it in your webinar, in your handout at the end of this session. And if you have any question on it, please feel free at any time to send it to me by phone or by email. I'll be glad to guide you through it. But basically it goes through 6 major steps, like pre-launch, project launch, building capabilities of people, defining the value streams and areas of focus and the pains where we should work on more. We apply the tools only, we don't focus on tools. Tools are there to be used if you have the pain. If you don't have the pain, you don't need our medicine maybe. So we choose, because people ask us always, Do we need to apply Kaizen, to apply 5S, to apply visual management? We say there is no standard reply. There's a concept. Understand the concept, the 5 basic principles of Lean and the 7 types of waste. Work on them, and as you go, you will apply, you will acquire a new competency, and you will apply a new tool if you need it. To end up, yes, we are very crazy at Sparkers to say, and me personally to say, that Lean in Lebanon is a must. It's not a luxury at all. If you think it's a luxury, it's a pity, because we need it. We need every single percentage now, because nobody can help us. We can only rely on ourselves by applying the Lean principles, and at least the one-piece flow, and seeing the 7 types of at least this one, because it can give you from tomorrow the 20% that you got from your simulation. So try it, and try it. It will work. Trust me, I don't have one single example that in Lebanon for the 3 years where it didn't work. No. So, and yes, all that you have heard about here now in this session, it has been applied a lot with NGOs, with the big companies, with small companies, with workshops, with industries, and with companies that are not industries at the same time, like restaurants and food delivery also. We worked on that. So yes, it worked everywhere. To finish, this is a small, it's just before starting our webinar, I saw this on LinkedIn. Somebody was posting this, the half empty, half full glass. So I didn't help myself. So I have shared my vision of Lean, of how we see the half empty with a comment on LinkedIn. And this is what I have posted for him. So this is how we see Lean. So why the glass is twice as big as it should be. Okay, so think of it. فكر فيها مثل ما بيقولوا. So this is for the closing of this session. I would like really to thank you for your attention and for staying with us all this time. And once again, thank you, Sharbil, Lendolex team, Rawan, and every one of you. And we are always happy to help you, to answer any question that you have. And please don't feel a stranger. We just love what we do. So help us do this, okay? So thank you, everyone. And I will go back to you, Rawan, if anyone has any question for the last 7 minutes. And sorry for taking 3 minutes more than I was supposed to.
Thank you, Dany. Thank you so much for this informative presentation. Just a reminder for the people who didn't send me their contact information, including their emails, please do if you prefer privately. Also, I will be putting a link for the satisfaction survey, and we will be having also one last question regarding the session, if you can answer it. Before taking the questions. Can you see the poll, right?
Thank you so much, Dany, for this great session. I mean, from the poll, we see that it's not only us, the majority of the attendees find it super useful. So we really appreciate your time and this informative presentation. We are very honored to have you with us today, and thank you, really.
Thank you, Sharbil. You know, it's a pleasure for us. So once again, we'll not repeat ourselves, but thank you for giving us this opportunity. And we had, in fact, we had a very dynamic attendees. So we took advantage of it.
Yes, thank you everyone for participating.
Okay, so if anyone have any question, please, you can ask it even in the comment box, or if you wanted to ask directly, Dany, you can unmute yourself. So as we see, we have 95%, they really found this session to be informative. Thank you, Dany.
My pleasure. In fact, you know, it's very difficult if you're not, if we have 43% who are not familiar with Lean, it's not easy to, let's say, ask questions that I know, I have seen this a lot, because I know it's very condensed session with a lot of words, and so it needs time. So maybe when they get the handout, because it happens with us a lot with our webinars, when they get the handout and they go through it and they try, because you will see a lot of people will leave now the webinar and go directly to their workplace to apply it, because it's simple. You can do it everywhere. So and they will apply it, and then we will have questions. This is this is the time that we love the more.
Okay, so I don't think there's any question.
Okay.
Okay, so again, I would like to thank you all today. I would like to thank you, Dany, for giving us from your time and being with us today. Okay, so just one question. Okay, yeah, sure, Riba will be forwarding the handout. So as I said, I will be sending an email with the handout that Dany provided us. And please, for the people, for all of you, I added a survey so we can know your feedback in details. And also, if you have any topic you want to know more about, we would be more than happy to give a seminar on. So thank you so much. Thank you, Dany, and thank you all for being with us today.
Thank you once again, Rawan, and thank you, everyone.
Yeah, goodbye. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Have a great day.